Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So the other day, just literally on a total whim, I went waltzing into Old Navy. And as I was going through the store, I noticed a sweater display and I was just kind of like touching and feeling, and they felt so ridiculously soft that I ended up grabbing a bunch of sweaters. And then I saw some other things that looked really gorgeous and interesting, and I ended up being in the dressing room, trying these things on, falling totally in love, and I just started filming. And I thought, I'm so impressed with the look of these items, the quality of these items, that this to me represents the perfect, like, sophisticated wardrobe on a budget that you can get from a place like Old Navy. They have been advertising their friends and family sale, which is gonna run November 9th through the 11th, and the entire store is going to be 50% off. Now, the one catch is you have to sign up to get their text alerts, but oh my gosh, like, sign up, get the text alerts, get that 50% off, and then if you're annoyed, just like opt out of their text messaging. Now, before we get started, I did want to point out that the jeans I'm wearing in this video, those are mine. They're a high-rise from Madewell, and they also have a very short inseam to suit my short legs. Those are 27 inches, and I can never find that inseam in store at Old Navy when it comes to their jeans. And then also the belt is mine as well. I've had that sucker since like Jesus walked the earth, but I will include some dupes for jeans down below, as well as some dupes for belts down below that you can get from Old Navy. And of course, everything you see that I'm trying on in this video is also gonna be linked down below. And one more thing too, to let you guys know, this video is not sponsored by Old Navy. They had no idea I was creeping in their dressing room filming while I was trying stuff on. I just, like I said, I was so impressed by what I found there that I thought, I'm gonna make a video about it. Okay, so the first category we're going to get into are sweaters, because I think like we're all in the mentality now, like, please just give me a cozy sweater to wrap myself in so I can survive. These are their soft brushed knit crew neck sweaters. It's so soft. It feels like a really good 2-ply cashmere, like not that super thin cashmere, but a 2-ply, super soft, well-made cashmere. So in other words, these suckers are so luxurious feeling. Oh my gosh, it's like butter on the skin. Now, these are an acrylic blend, and they're also machine washable. Now, the sleeves are slightly longer, but I certainly didn't think that they were obnoxious at all. And of course, they folded back really well, and they gave you a nice structured cuff. So overall, the length is long enough to enable you to have that perfect front tuck. And it has a slight high-low silhouette going on too. But what I love most, again, just the feel of that fabric. It's like that amazingly wonderful tight stitch that's still breathable and flexible and just kind of moves with your body. And then the cuffs themselves are ribbed for added structure, which I always appreciate. Now, these come in an extensive range of colors. I just went with a classic black, and then this other shade they're calling Raisin Arizona, but you can see it's this gorgeous like Merlot-ish, eggplanty type of hue that's so amazing for the fall and winter season. Both of these sweaters are totally sublime. Oh my gosh, I love them so much. So the next sweater that totally caught my eye was this boucle blouse and sleeve. Now, I'm not always a fan of the boucle just because I feel like the texture of it tends to be way too rough for my liking, but this was actually really soft. And then of course that blouse and sleeve, to me it just adds a really nice touch to a sweater like this that gives it a unique edge without going like totally overboard. And then the wrists are ribbed, and you can cuff them, like they do run a little bit long, but you can cuff them. There's also similar ribbing on the bottom hem, which again, I always feel like just adds a nice structure to a top. And then here you can really see the texture of that boucle. And like I said, very soft to the touch, but what kills me is just this mustard hue. Oh my gosh, like this just screams fall to me. Lengthwise, it sits really nicely on the hips, but it still allows you to get a perfect front tuck. And then you do have the ribbing on the crew neck as well. Just overall, a really nice classic sweater. And then the final sweater of the bunch, which is also the one I'm wearing right now, is just that slouchy button front cardigan. Oh my gosh, I saw this hanging on a rack and I literally like dove over another display to get to it. The tuck on this is so Beautiful. Oh my gosh, the way it just tucks and then that lovely drape. The material is like a mid-weight and it does sit at the hip when it is fully untucked. I love the tortoise buttons. I just think it gives this sweater such an interesting element. And then fit-wise, it's just like the perfect amount of slouch to give you that laid-back, casual, cool look without looking totally sloppy. Again, the fabric itself, oh my gosh, so amazingly soft. It just totally gives me cashmere vibes. So moving right along to dresses, the first one that I spied was this mock neck ribbed knit midi dress. Now I love a midi length just because I think it is so sophisticated. This dress had the most gorgeous fit. It was just hugging every single curve, but in the right way, like hugging it, not clinging to it. The knit itself is a mid-weight and it's got a really nice stretch to it. I mean, this is just like a timeless little black dress. You can pull this out in 10 years and you're still gonna be in style. Like I was thinking about wearing it with a cropped denim jacket, cropped moto jacket, throwing on a pair of like leopard print heels. And again, this is the type of look that works for work, a weekend dinner date, holiday parties, reception. And then it does have that shorter sleeve, but it's like a really interesting length. So it almost comes down to the elbow. Just again, like overall adding to the timeless elegance of a dress like this. And then the other dress that totally caught my eye is this waist-defined, lace-detailed V-neck. Now this is in the color burnt ginger, which I fell in love with as soon as I saw it. And it definitely has a relaxed fit to it. It does have that tie waist, which allows you to cinch it to give you more of like a fitted look. And of course that lace trim on the wrists, and it's also on the collarbone as well, which I think just adds like a really nice but subtle touch. Now I tried on a medium just because that is the only size that they had left in this color, and it fit. I did feel like it was a little big, so I would say I'd normally go with my usual size, which is a small. But there just overall was like a really sweet swing to this fabric. It was just a fun dress. Now I will say the fabric itself is definitely on the lightweight side, so this isn't something I would necessarily be like pulling out in the dead of winter, but certainly for fall, spring, summer, you could absolutely wear a dress like this. Oh my gosh, and if you live in a cold climate like me, you know there is no such thing as having too many coats hanging in your closet. Their relaxed, soft brush coat, just that classic like camel color that you know is gonna look perfect in your wardrobe. It's got the two buttons in the front that have like that tortoise shell vibe, and that soft brush knit is a combination of acrylic, polyester, and a little bit of wool. Now the collar, like I kept insisting on folding it flat just because that's what I tend to do with jackets like this, and I noticed it did have a little bit of lift to it, so it wasn't laying perfectly flat against my collarbone. And these do come with what they call welt pockets in the front, which are tacked, but that's just a factory tack, so when you get it home, you can just cut the strings so that they actually function as real pockets. This is just a gorgeous classic. I mean, it's so soft, it's very warm. Like I was trying it on obviously over a sweater and I didn't feel like totally constricted, like I can't move my arms. Like it just had a nice overall feel to it. Really appreciate is the fact that it is fully lined, and then it also has a lining in the sleeves as well. And then because I can't resist, I saw this olive color, which they call Ancient Forest, had to grab it, absolutely loved it. And this time around, I kept the collar flat and it laid really, really nicely on the collarbone. And of course it has that little notch just as a little added something. This one is lined as well. And again, just one of those coats where you know you would get endless use out of this sucker. Now, just for reference, I did button it up because I wanted to show you what it would look like, but I just can't stand buttoning coats like this because I always feel like I'm wearing a burlap sack. I just like to keep them open. I think it's like more fun and flirty that way. I'm probably gonna freeze to death, but hey, fashion over function sometimes. And then the last outfit I put together was this tasty little combo here. So this is their relaxed polka dot shirt, and they're calling this a utility style. They also online describe it as having a silky, drapey twill. Now it is 100% rayon, but I would absolutely agree with that description. This blouse just like lays perfectly, super comfortable, and it is long enough so when you tuck it in, it gives you this beautiful blouse. Now it is somewhat sheer, like you can see the paneling on the chest there. But overall, very soft, very comfortable. And then again, so impressed with the sleeve length. It just hit perfectly right at the wrist. Now these pants, I just kind of saw these out of the corner of my eye. These are the high-rise Ponte Stevie knit pants. Oh my gosh, love these. So the Ponte knit is going to be basically what amounts to like the professional grown-up version of the yoga pant, in the sense that the elastic is much thicker than a traditional yoga pant. So it's gonna allow you to like wear them out and about in public without feeling self-conscious. These were so ridiculously comfortable. Oh my Lord. There also is a seam that runs down the front of the leg, and then there's a similar seam that runs down the center of the back of the leg. Now this pair was way too long for me. This is a regular size 4, and the regular length is a 28.5 inseam, which is why I had to fold them under to kind of give it the illusion of having an ankle length. But I looked online, and apparently their petite sizing offers a 27-inch inseam, which is perfect for me. Of course, they do have an elastic waist, so that means they're pull on and they just, they fit like a glove. So now I ended up walking out of there with all the sweaters, and then I went back to get the black midi dress because they had this crazy flash sale where they marked it down to 20 bucks. And then I happened to have a $5 coupon, so I snagged that sucker for 15 bucks. Everything else I'm probably gonna scoop during the friends and family sale, like online on my account. I already have like a cart that's filled. Of course, in that cart are those Ponte pants, that other dress that's the burnt spice color, which I just adore. And then I'm strongly considering making a go for both those coats. But that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. And I have to tell you, like, I really enjoyed making it just because it was a pleasant surprise to me to find that you can get budget-friendly options at a place like Old Navy, which typically is known for like fast, trendy fashion, but they have those classic staples that are beautifully made, the price points are there, and I mean, you just can't beat it. But definitely leave me a comment below. Let me know what your favorite outfit was, and also let me know if you're gonna be stalking the friends and family sale, which I definitely will be doing. Again, that kicks off on November 9th, and it goes through the 11th. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.